So I just got done watching Minecraft the movie for the very first time, and here we go, you guys. So listen, if you haven't seen the movie yet, you might want to stop listening to what I'm talking about, because I'm going to be breaking a lot of the movie down, and we're going to be going over a lot of the storyline and things like that. So basically it starts off like this. I mean, it's starring Jack Black, which of course is going to make like almost any movie good, right? Because that's why they hired Jack Black as Steve. And if you guys don't remember, Jack Black was actually a guest appearance on PewDiePie's channel many years ago, when PewDiePie was doing his super famous, Minecraft thing for like, I think it was like during COVID, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been prior to that, but I think that might have been when he was doing it. But anyways, Jack was on there, and PewDiePie ended up killing Jack or some stupid reason, whatever. So anyways, it's like, now Jack is like actually Steve in Minecraft, and he's the star of the movie, basically. I mean, there's other stars in the movie. We have, like, basically they brought in Aquaman, which plays this dude who's, like, some 1989, punker game champion or something like that. And he's been living that dream for probably the last 30 years of his life, probably in his 40s now. Obviously, there's, like, a muscle-bound freak. Got his own store and things like that, too. And, like, the other characters, too, like, it's really weird how they kind of tie into, because you have, like, this brother and their sister, and, like, supposedly their mom died, and then their mom wanted them to, like, live in this city or something like that, or this town, I would say, which, whatever, but then, like, okay, so here's, like, the beginning of the movie. It starts off, like, Jack, he's, like, a little kid, of course, he's like, oh, I'm Steve, and, like, my dream is to, like, live in this other world and go mining on adventures, and then, like, he gets chased off. Grows up, now he's an adult, goes back to the mines, gotta chase this old dude around, whatever, jukes him out. Now he gets in there, and he starts mining, because that's what he wanted to do, because being an adult sucks with all the responsibilities, right? So anyways, he finds like this stuff, opens up a portal, and basically takes him to the overworld, is what they call it, which would be like, Minecraft world, of course, and he has many adventures there, building up tons of stuff. It's really cool. Later on in the story, they actually, this is going to be fast forwarding a bit, but I have to like tell you now because it's really cool that they actually implemented some of this stuff into the game. Something like an automatic chicken cooker. So that's like something that I've dabbled in. And if you guys don't know me and haven't seen me ever play Minecraft, well, then you haven't been a fan of the channels for as long as I've been around, because we did do a lot of stuff on other channels. I don't think particularly we've done a Minecraft series on this channel. Yeah, so maybe we'll have to go back there, because watching this movie did inspire me to go back to Minecraft. And oh, by the way, yeah, love Minecraft. Used to play it all the time with me and my friends back in the day. We built up tons of stuff, had huge structures. This was many years ago. So maybe it's about time that we get, something like that going on. But anyways, okay, now let's backtrack. So we got these characters, right? And then there's this black chick. She's big, and she's like the realtor or something like that. And like all 5 of them now have been like thrusted into this like Minecraft world or something. Well, Steve's been there for a while, right? Steve, Jack, which is, Jack. But like he basically gets captured, all this other stuff. It's got this dog named Dennis, and they're having like the time of their life living in this world. And then all of a sudden, like they come back, like here's these new people, right? You got Aquaman, and you got the other 3 people, the black chick, and then the brother and the sister. And then basically, like, they start their adventure off there, and then nighttime comes along, there's a bunch of zombies and other things that the side pop out, skeletons, of course, and then creepers, and then they blow up, this one guy falls down. There's, like, actually some pretty funny parts of this movie, but, like, the characters themselves, they didn't all really make sense, like, how they were written in. Like, Jack's character himself was decently written in, I think, but all the other characters just kind of weird, and you're just like, is this movie, like, trying to be woke? I don't know if it was trying to be woke by adding like all these dimensions of like this, that, or whatever, or something like that, or even like, we don't know what goes on in the background in the making of movies, like, but we do know this. Jack did make an awesome performance, because I just got done watching the movie, and then he had a lot of energy, just like all of his movies, a lot of energy and a lot of good positive, vibes going through the movie as well. Like playing Steve, even though he's like in his 50s and he's overweight. So this would be like a Steve that's like way later on down the road or something like that. That's like, listening to rock music and like, cause they rock out like a couple times. There are actually like I think 3 occasions where Jack actually busts out and starts singing. Like once in the beginning, there's like once in the middle, and then like once at the end too. There's like definitely some cameo singing parts from him. Yeah, but The story of the movie goes on like this. So basically, Jack's been living in this world, and he's like Steve, right? But he's a human, so are all these other guys humans too. But then he gets like sucked into the Netherworld somehow too, because he found one of those portals, and then he fixed it up, and then he got into the Netherworld with Dennis, and then they got captured. He sent Dennis off to the real world to hide the cube because he found that cube earlier in the minefield, right? Or I mean the mine, like whatever, when he in real life. That's brought him into the Minecraft world, the overworld. But then he got sucked in, and then he got by all the pigs, you know, like the pigs in the freaking in the Netherland, whatever, the Netherworld, like all those guys. And there's like this witch chick or something like that. She's like one of the pigs too, but she's like the overlord or something like that. And of course, they're all trying to go for gold, and she's got this plan to get to the overworld and turn it to darkness without any, you know, of them. Because, you know, if a pig gets into the sunlight, they'll automatically, you know, evaporate just like the zombies and stuff like that too. Which earlier, like all the people when they first got there was in like nighttime. And then they started getting attacked by creepers and stuff like that. And then eventually, like this one kid, he like learned how to build whatever. So he's got like build skill or something like that, which is like supposedly like a unique skill in the world itself. But then like Jack comes along but like getting released or something on some reconnaissance of like, yeah, I'm going to go like get the cube for you and da-da-da-da-da, and ends up like joining up with them, and they get all this anarchy and stuff like that, and they need to like go back and get the other part of like the cube, because I guess like half of the cube got like taken by the chick, so that eventually they have to like infiltrate the Nether with like this plan of getting in there and like battling all of these like creatures and stuff along the way, you know, like, I don't know, there's a bunch of really funny parts though as well. So it's like basically once they get there, there's like these diversion like tactics, and then the kid's got to go on this one thing, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, he's getting attacked by a bunch of creatures where there's a whole bunch of boxes. He's got to get inside the boxes and find like the rest of the box, get the box so they can like actually get out of the world. Because that's the only thing that's gonna like make the portal work, right? Because there's two different pieces, like a cube, and then the cube goes into like this other box, and then it's like a box thing, and then it like opens up, and then you get like to go into the real world, which is where he sent Dennis like originally earlier with the box. So, like, go find the box, take the box, and then take it in the real world. But then these other people found it because of the house that he was living in got rented out by the other people. That's like how they found the box or something like that. Well, it actually wound up at the dude's like pawn shop or something like that, because the original guy, the rocker that I was talking about, has like some sort of shop in real life or something like that, and he's getting drowned in debt, which once again, he was like some, you know, 1989, I don't know what it is. It's like a super old school like gaming thing back in the day. Some sort of punkered game or something. Like, reminds me of like Double Dragon, if you guys know what Double Dragon is. So anyways, from there, it's like basically that's like the premise of the story of them like saving Steve, or they're gonna go get Steve. Steve's rescued, whatever. Then now they're all together. Then they gotta go back and they get the cube, so they can all like go back. And then, like, you know, at the very end, they defeated everybody. There's just big battles and stuff like that. So there's actually a really cringy part where like Aquaman and Jack had to do like this like thing, okay? I'm not gonna like show it on here because this is just me playing Minecraft right now, but basically they had to do some really uncomfortable, there's actually a couple uncomfortable scenes that I would say got thrown into the game. But overall, they were pretty on spot with like a lot of the cool things that were in there too. And I wanted to mention that there was a spotlight for a pig with a crown, and everybody was asking what the pig with the crown is. The pig with the crown is a YouTuber, and he was, I guess, a big YouTuber that used to do Minecraft, and he got cancer and is now no longer with us. So rest in peace to you, dude. Maybe they would do something like that for me in GTA. I fucking doubt it, or any other video game, seeing as how I'm not that big of a YouTuber and I haven't made that big of a splash. If I died from cancer, I don't know if I would ever get put in anything, you know, even a urine. Who knows? But anyways, besides the fact, you know, good for that guy for getting to be able to have like a little cameo right there, which was really cool for someone like that too, which they've done in a lot of other video games. These developers will, you know, do things for people that actually have dedicated big chunks of their life, like me with like GTA and or just video games in general. After their passing, like actually put, you know, a piece of them in the movie, which was actually pretty cool. I thought that was. But other than that, you know, basically it comes to being like, they get the box, they defeat the bad guys, and then they get their chance to go back home, and they end up going back home, and like everything just ends up being like way better once everybody goes back home, you know what I'm saying? And like Jack was like, well, I don't know if I want to go, I got lots of more stuff to build and this, that, But it's just like thinking too, like, well, if you had the box, then you could come back to this world like anytime you want. And then it had like some inspiring things too of like, you know, being creative is like the only way to really survive in Minecraft. And like, this is like going home for me because I've played a whole bunch of Minecraft. like myself, I've beaten, you know, we've gone all over and done tons of things here. Like one of me, like, I don't know, just to like ramble on, like me and my friend Solar from many years ago. So that's what it's like. Watching this movie inspires me to like go play more video games. I would like to go start another Minecraft adventure just from watching this movie, because like it is a decent game, and just having your own little adventure and building your own world is something pretty cool and dynamic. But like what I said, for like, you know, part of the message they were saying, like, if you could have this type of magic in a video game, maybe you should try to apply some of this magic that you can do in a video game to like real life. So I don't know, dude. The story was weird. The characters were weird. The only thing that really made the movie good was Jack, right? Was Steve. Which, you know, I don't know who else they would have played it as. And then when you really think about it, you're like, what would you even expect out of a Minecraft movie? I guess something like this. I don't know. I would give it probably, man, this is where you guys are probably going to like, you know, maybe hate on me a little bit. But I'm telling you, like, maybe 5 out of 10 or something like that, because it was like so awful, but it was also like pretty good too. Like, I don't know how to tell you, like, how to explain that. It was like bad, but it was also good at the same time. I mean, it did have its cool moments, okay? Was it worth watching for like free, basically? Yeah, of course. If you get the chance to watch it and you play video games and you have been around Minecraft, I definitely expect you to go out there and at least watch the movie. There's lots of video game movies out there, like Assassin's Creed had a movie that they made, you know what I'm saying? Too bad GTA doesn't really have their own movie. Well, they kind of have a lot of movies like that. But other than that, you guys, this is basically like a breakdown of like the movie, what happened, the characters a little bit, and like my review of it, and like the experience that I got out of it, which at the end, it was worth watching, I would say. Now, am I gonna watch it again? Maybe one more time? And that's it, because it's not going to be one of those movies where you're like, hey, do you want to watch Minecraft again? I'm like, no, I'd rather watch The Goonies again or something like that. But anyways, from there, once again, if you guys enjoyed anything that I had to say, make sure you hit the like button or dislike button. Subscribe for more content. We'll be doing some more movie reviews over here as brand new movies come out, and we watch them and then talk about them with you guys. So once again, please let me know what your guys' thoughts are down in the comment sections below. If you've seen Minecraft, do you agree with like my score, or do you think it was like way better than something? Like, I would love to get that conversation going down there in the comment sections. But from there, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. My name is GRAVESIGHT, and I'll see you in the next one. So peace.